Hello everyone. We find different elements around us. Some elements bear similarities to one another, while some show differences. For a very long time, scientists were trying to arrange them in a particular manner. So today we are going to discuss something related to this in our lesson, Periodic Classification of Elements. The first topic is classification of elements. Arranging of elements into different groups on the basis of the similarities in their properties is called classification of elements. At present, 118 elements are known to us. The next subtopic is early attempts at classification of elements. The first one under it is Dobereiner's triads. Dobereiner classified elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses into groups of 3 elements called triads. In each triad, the atomic mass of the middle element was approximately equal to the average atomic mass of the other 2 elements. The limitations are: the defect in this classification is that all the known elements during this time could not be arranged into triads. The limitations are: the defect in this classification is that all the known elements during his time could not be arranged into triads. The next one is Newland's octaves. Newland classified the elements in the increasing order of the atomic masses into groups of 8 elements called octaves, like the notes of music. He found that when the elements were arranged in the increasing order of the atomic masses into octaves, then there was similarity of properties in every 8th element. Limitations. It was found that the law of octaves was applicable only up to calcium. As after calcium, every 8th element did not possess properties similar to that of the first. It was also assumed by Newlands that only 56 elements existed in the nature and no more elements would be discovered in the future. But later on, several new elements were discovered whose properties did not fit into the law of octaves. In order to fit elements into his table, Newland adjusted 2 elements in the same slot, but also put some unlike elements under the same note. Cobalt and nickel are in the same slot, and these are placed in the same column as fluorine, chlorine, and bromine, which have a very different properties than these elements. Iron, which resemble cobalt and nickel in property, have been placed far away from these elements. The next subtopic is Mendeleev's periodic law. Mendeleev's periodic law states that the properties of elements are periodic functions of the atomic masses. He classified elements in the increasing order of the atomic masses and similarities in their properties. The formulae of the oxides and hydroxides formed by the elements was also the basis for the classification of the elements. This periodic table has 6 horizontal rows called periods and 8 vertical rows called groups. Elements having similar properties were placed in the same groups. There are some spaces left vacant in the table to accommodate the elements to be discovered in future. Achievements of Mendeleev's periodic table was that elements were classified on a more fundamental basis of the atomic masses and properties. Spaces were left vacant to accommodate the elements to be discovered in future. Limitations of Mendeleev's periodic table. Some elements are not arranged in the increasing order of the atomic masses. Cobalt is placed before nickel. Tellurium is placed before iodine, etc. Position of hydrogen is not clear because it shows properties similar to metals as well as nonmetals. The position of isotopes of elements is also not clear. So with this, we complete the first part of the lesson, periodic classification of the elements. In the next part, let us discuss something more related facts. Thank you, students.